Well, YouTube says we're live. Toon, can I get a check? Check, Toon?
Check. 1, 2.
Lovely jubbly.
I got it feeding back on myself.
Oh, you want to stop that?
I'll fix that.
God, goodness. Oh, I can't get professionals to work with these days. Talking about professionals, Ranty, are you there? No, I didn't think so. Well, that's all right, really. Seek truth, speak truth.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Coming in loud and clear. Right, going live in 15 seconds.
Right. Wait, I'm doing the intro. I'll do it.
You do it. You
All right.
should have already talked about this before we started, but hey.
Probably a good idea. Whatever.
Starting in 5, 4, 3.
Are we there yet? I don't know. I have to. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the Toon Show. I'm MC Toon. With me, I've got Fight the Flat Earth, FTFE, Craig, Craig.
Craig, that's better. Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah. I'm going to teach all of America to say it right.
Welcome to the discussion. This is not the nomination. Don't be confused. The discussion about who should be nominated for Top Left. It's just a little fun, but it's definitely necessary because who you nominate really matters. We've got in the house a couple ex-Top Lefters, and I'm so excited to see them both. We've got Ranty and Seek Truth, Speak Truth. So glad to have both of you here to have the inside scoop on what it used to be like in the deep, dark depths of the rabbit hole. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No worries. Ranty, are you upset that you can't be nominated for this now?
I'm gutted. I mean, I feel like I should nominate myself because my twin's been smashing up the place, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He thought the moon was made of cheese a few months ago. I mean, what can I say?
Oh, well, the current thing is telling everybody that the moon's made of plasma, which is a fun one. Not sure how plasma has craters with shadows and stuff, but you know. So, Ranty, if you were to look back on your time as a flat earther, what would you have said the most top left thing you ever did was?
I did a stream one time, and for about 2 or 3 days afterwards, I was convinced that the moon had a map on it.
Had a what? Sorry,
I remember that.
I thought the moon was displaying a map of the Earth.
Oh, and, God, yeah, I've heard that claim.
I didn't think I'd need this, but I guess I do.
And yeah, I mean, I saw this video, I watched it, and it kind of convinced me pretty quickly, and I talked about it for 2 or 3 days. Then I actually did some research on it, and I think it was over the weekend, so I did some research on it, and I thought, hang about, this doesn't match. You know, this doesn't, you know, it looked all right on the videos. I went back to his video, and it wasn't what it showed when I actually checked it out myself. So when I checked it out myself, I quickly dropped that. But yeah, I think that would probably be the worst mistake I did.
I think for me, looking back on your time as a flat earther, I can never get past the chemtrails giving you sunburn.
Oh, God. Yes, that was another one, I suppose. What can I say? I did.
Hold on, wait. Wait, he might still. He's not a flat earther. Maybe. Are you still a chemtrailer?
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
No. There's the difference between what comes, you know, geoengineering and what they actually say a chemtrail is, you know. So,
I mean, Ranty, I'm really glad to see the way that you have developed over the past few years. You look healthier. You seem happier, and I think a lot of that is stemming from the flat Earth being lifted off your shoulders and giving you the freedom to actually realize what the world is and, you know, look at things in your own way. And I've been really, really happy to be part of that journey. So, you know, welcome to the Globe side, 100%. Now,
cheers, Craig.
There is another ex-top lefter with us who once had a comment pinned on his channel by Eric Dubé. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, mate, good. Like you say, with Eric Dubé, mate, I thought he was the Messiah. I thought he was the new Einstein, like he'd found it all out, and you know,
He's not even a good
the
yoga
missus
teacher.
will laugh. You know, I mean, the missus will laugh, but I literally cried. Like when he left me a comment for the first time, I cried with happiness,
Oh,
and I was just like,
goodness.
"Oh my God, Eric G. Bay has left me a comment!" Like, and yeah, but it's pretty top left stuff, mate. You know.
Well, very much like Ranty, it's been awesome for me, and to watch you develop and come out and be part of the community of actual truth and enjoy expressing yourself. And I guess I should ask you the same question: what would you think, looking back on your time as a flat earther, was the most top left for you?
I probably when I uttered the words Einstein was wrong. That's pretty top left.
It's pretty common for them to say that.
Yeah.
It's so.
It's so easy at the time, you know. You're just like, oh yeah, wipe him off, Einstein, Schmeinstein, you know, and you just overlook actually, you know, these minds actually that are incredible and do deserve to be, you know, classed and known and remembered, and to know that people are just trying to write it off, just with a little bit of, nah, didn't happen. Yeah, you know, it offends me, you know, and I'm not Einstein, you know.
Toon, how many times have you heard, oh, Einstein was an idiot. Oh, Stephen Hawkins, he was just a robot, you know?
There's no end, yeah. These people, and usually they don't have a strong science background, going in and saying that these people were wrong. It's that you don't refute science by just saying things. You actually have to do something. And
yeah.
That's all they're doing is just saying things.
At least
I don't think
Ranty
they
tried.
realise just how serious and like empirical science is, and how most people, you know, day-to-day layman's people can still test and double-check it. You know, it's not like these are all hidden away and no one can check it for themselves. But, you know, it becomes this belief as to, like, it's pseudoscience. You know, they don't know. All they think is they're doing what they're told. And, you know, so, yeah, it flips round, doesn't it? And like you say, I mean, I think most people are on, like, the Dunning-Kruger scale, if you know what I mean, or have been in certain respects of their life or certain times. But yeah, I mean, flat Earth is, you know, when we see people like Rachael,
She's
not
so
being
close.
seen, you know, the ascent has just been almost vertical. You know, there's been no sideways or, you know, 45 degree. It's just been boom.
Yeah, I think Rachael is a perfect example of what the brainwashing from the Oakley crew can do.
Yes.
Because, right, and here's a fact. Here's a straight up fact about Rachael. She's not stupid. She scored a pretty good score on the science test that Simon Dan did. I've had lots of back-end conversations with her, and she genuinely understands a lot of things. Even though she can say such stupid things about gravity, she's got a good grasp on what we say it is, and you know, she now understands Coriolis, and she's questioning because of the pendulum. But then she just flips back onto the script that Sleeping Warriors put out all of a sudden, and it's the brainwashing. It's like she knows that she's wrong, but she can't escape that brainwashing that she's had forced on her, and it's sad. It is sad, and I know we laugh a lot at Flat Earth, but there's so much kind of bad that can come from it, and
yeah. I mean, well, Ranty, actually, I think your video you've got coming out on Monday is a perfect example of, like, your previous Dunning-Kruger as to how you were trying to, you know, think this obvious globe proof is proving the flat Earth, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I've been asked many times to go over some of the research that I did and the videos and the footage and stuff like this, and I kind of found a few little hidden gems there that kind of show the Earth being a globe very clearly. So the video that's coming out tomorrow will be showing you some observations that clearly defy the globe geometrically, right? Then have greater than standard refraction and then obviously from further away clearly show obstruction. And I think, Craig, I showed it with you last night. You had a look at it, and STST. Yeah, it's absolutely golden. I don't think there's any way around what I'm going to be putting out tomorrow. It's a stone cold win for the Globe for sure. Mm. Well, that's what you have to do. You have to be prepared to accept that you were wrong.
Yeah,
I was.
Well, that's one of the problems with most flat earthers, right? Is that they can't accept that they are wrong. Like the whole Black Swan, it was it was debunked from the very start. And now they've gone on to the year of the sextant, right? And I thought to myself, well, is there any dumber they can get than taking something like the sextant and claiming that as evidence of flat Earth? And then I looked at Mitchell from Australia's channel and I saw this thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The sun being cut off.
Sunrise, and his entire point in this video is that the fact that the sun sets and rises and that ships go over a curve debunks the Earth's curve. And it's like at this point they're literally just taking things that categorically show the Earth to be a globe and going, nope, we'll have that.
Well, they have to, right? You don't have a choice. You have to take every observation and to try to explain it. They don't do that, but they try, and I don't know.
I literally just did a video on the sunsets and the sunrises, and it was going after David Weiss, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, and his explanation for why things, why you get daylight and nighttime on a flat plane, and it just doesn't work.
No,
you only have to
works.
go up in elevation 50 feet and watch the sunset again. You couldn't get that the way they're saying, which is that the light dissipates so far away. It's so far away and it's going further away that it just doesn't reach it.
My favourite one is Pissy Dave, alleged Dave, in the Level movie, when he's trying to demonstrate how the sun goes away and doesn't light up everywhere. But unfortunately with the demonstration he's doing, the little light bulb above the table, you can still see the sun. And it's like, yeah, come on.
He debunked himself.
It's the two-dimensional thinking. It is like you think in two dimensions and you can't get past your head that, they'll see an aeroplane get further and further away. It seems to get lower and lower, and then it just disappears. And they just think exactly the same with the sun. And then obviously you cannot switch back. Any time you say, but look at it through a solar filter, it stays exactly the same size. It would get smaller and smaller as it's going away. And
then they show a picture of street lights that they're like going linearly into the distance and say, look, it's setting. You're like, it's really not. I can still see the one at the back. It's just a bit smaller now.
If I could nominate myself again, I swear I would, because the video that I put out tomorrow, I'm going to leave in the commentary that I did at the time when I was a flat earther, right? I'm leaving that in so that you guys can hear the thought processes of somebody being completely stupid, right? And I was completely stupid. I'm literally filming a lighthouse with just the tip of the lighthouse showing and saying, globe earthers will look at this and think that it's curvature, and it's not. It's being compressed. I'm literally saying that on the video, and it's like, what am I doing?
Dunning-Kruger in action, mate.
Yeah.
So, got a question from two questions. So I'm going to do the first one here for you two. What did you think of Behind the Curve when it came out, the movie?
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I just watched the debunks of it. I never actually watched the full movie because, I'll be honest, I think most flat earthers at the time didn't want to watch it because they thought that Bob and everyone else had sold out by going to the mainstream and producing a documentary. It's something that not a true flat earther would do.
I watched it, Ranty, but I watched it as in I was going, they're all shills, they've all been paid off, they're not real flat earthers. They've faked this, it's a setup, I was watching it like that and just going, no, Mark Sargent, Nodell, they all know the Earth's a globe. They're just faking this. Or no, sorry, I thought they obviously know it was flat. But like, you know, they've been paid off. Like, you know, there's no way a real flat earther would have done that. You know, and yeah, that's the way I looked at it.
Did you hear the argument between Bob and, oh goodness, what was his name? Flat Earth Vegan or something, where he was just screaming at Bob, saying that he was such a shill and such a sellout, and you've made Flat Earthers look even more stupid. I was like, yeah, you're right. He absolutely did.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when Ranty first left Flat Earth. I mean, I had it a little bit, but Ranty's must have been 10 times as bad. And I remember he was on a stream with, I don't know whose stream it was, but someone was literally going like, "You're a sellout. How can you sleep at night? You know that you're lying. You've sold your soul to the devil."
Yeah.
And, you know, they literally, you know, they believed every word of that. I can't think who it was. Obviously, you must know, but it was very.
I think it was Arwen. Arwen said some very horrible things about you, Ranty, didn't he?
I think everyone has, but to be honest, I really don't care. And listen,
I love that.
I'm going to hold my hands up and say, look, I was wrong. I was stupid. You know, I fell for it. I got indoctrinated. I don't think anybody's immune from some kind of indoctrination in the lifetime at the right time. And I fell down the rabbit hole. But you know, I've dragged myself out. And if they're still in it, that's up to them. You know, I was never anything but myself when I was a flat earther, and I'm never going to be anything but myself as a globe earther. It's as simple as that. I didn't lie to myself on purpose. You know, I was just totally brainwashed.
Okay.
Brilliant.
We got a super chat from Sith3PO for 50 Nokias. Says, legit question. Now, this is out of order. The other one from Dax Marshall is coming, but this is important. Could you be so kind as explain to a European what left mean? Do you mean left equals wrong, since left is the opposite of right, or the verb left? So top left is, and we didn't really introduce this, top left is top left of the Dunning-Kruger scale. Craig, I don't know if you have like a graphic.
Yeah, just bring that up.
Handy. So Dunning-Kruger, that is a psychologist paper where people that have low expertise in a particular subject greatly or slightly actually in their test over evaluate their own expertise. Top left is when they greatly overestimate their own expertise. So they know very close to nothing and think that they're extremely qualified. So that'd be the top left there of that little graph.
The peak of Mount Stupid.
The peak of Mount Stupid. So this is on Tuesday is the official nomination stream for the top left competition. So that will be the nomination stream, and all anybody's in that's has a channel is invited. I've sent invites to some specific people, and if you would like to nominate somebody and you're not like a creator, contact me. I think my email address is in here. You could find on my own channel all of my contact details. I've had Andreas Eld sent me a video of his nomination. I've got a couple different videos. If you want to do a video, 1 minute maybe, video would be fine. If you want to come on, you can come on the show. That will be on Craig's channel on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. UK time, right?
Yeah. And then
we've got some buffer, guys. Got some buffer going on. The YouTube seems to have frozen completely.
It should be back. Just refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of like if you are of a certain intelligence, you cannot remain a flat earther for long. You can become a flat earther and have a form of intelligence, but you know, if you really, really use your noggin, you know, you'll soon come back down that scale and hit Earth.
If you actually look into things with an open, honest mind, I think there is only one conclusion you can come to. In that.
Wait. Just dropped you.
Did STST just get killed? They found him!
Yeah.
Oh no!
NASA are coming for me.
So I'm clipping that. Brilliant. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there is only, if you actually look into it with an open and honest mind, there's only one conclusion you can come to, right? And even before kind of I was on the scene, or just as I was getting here, there was Tiger Dan, who literally tried to make a flat Earth map, realized it was impossible, and stopped being a flat earther. You know, because he actually looked into it and, you know, had an open and honest mind, and there became questions that he couldn't answer with the flat Earth, like, oh shit, there's no map.
I think the thing with flat earthers is, though, that if you had an argument, whatever argument it may be, anything, could be the sextant, I don't know, whatever, and you could have 99 reasons and explanations that explain it completely as being a globe killer, as a globe proof, right? But you have just this one argument about it supporting a flat Earth in your mind. You will still believe that it's a flat Earth.
Yeah, their response to being debunked on one particular topic is to bring up a different topic.
Mm.
Yeah, explain it away with something else.
Yeah. So the point of this is our discussion on top level. I'll get a little more on the schedule, just so people know. During the month of March, there will be videos on my channel and FTFE's channel where you can vote. You vote by watching the video and giving it a thumbs up. That's 2 votes. Go over to FTFE's channel, do the same thing. You can do 4 votes for somebody. Come back the next day if you really want to. Watch it again. That's another vote, because YouTube only lets you watch 1 time a day, I think. It now monitors those things. So you can cheat. And we highly recommend cheating.
Absolutely. We encourage it. Absolutely.
Vote early, vote often. If you are into bribery, I think STST is probably the best one to go for right now in this stream. If you want to bribe him to nominate your favorite one, he's ready.
Yep. PayPal.me/FTFE, and I'll just delete all the nominations you don't like. Hey,
listen, I need to check some rules here. This is obviously following on from the DFOTY awards, right? But there, you could, if you won the award, you couldn't be re-nominated, right? So people like Sleeping Warrior could never be nominated again. Is that scratch now? Is he up for grabs?
Everyone's open.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Right. Wonderful.
And for me, there is only one person, at least over the last kind of 12 months, that I think really is pushing the top left. And that's someone that did one of the dumbest things that I've known a flat earther to do, and that's start a flat earth school. Not only that, but he lives in Australia.
Wait, you're talking about Flat Out, who has the Flat Earth Community University?
No. I'm talking about
Kyle Adams that has the Flat Earth Institute of Science.
I mean, that's almost as bad, but this is an actual school, according to the person that created it. Anyway.
Well, what about them going to schools and trying to get school kids?
I mean, that's terrible.
You know?
That's terrible. But none of that beats the fact that this guy lives in Australia, which debunks flat Earth on its own, and tried to start a flat Earth school, and then used the sextant as a flat Earth proof. So I honestly don't think on the scene at the moment there's anyone who is more top left and more sure that they are right than Mitchell from Australia.
Oh, I don't know.
He gets my nomination right now.
Well, you know, he wasn't
a strong contender.
He wasn't the one, though. He wasn't the one that came up with the sextant idea. It wasn't him. It was
good point.
10th Man came up with that idea.
Oh God!
And then Nathan Oakley followed suit, and he's the one that promoted it first.
Yeah, you can't dismiss that, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but none of them tried to start a school off the back of it, did they?
Yeah, that is the two parts that I see important for top left is being incredibly ignorant, but also the confidence. Because if you're really ignorant, you're bottom left. If you're not confident, the confidence is what gets you to the top.
Very
right.
True.
So starting a school is definitely confidence.
Yeah.
But you know what else is confidence? Spending most of the year traveling around the country doing street evangelism for your own particular religion of flat Earth, and that is Austin Whitsitt. See that the incredibly toppiness, not just the leftiness, but the toppiness of spending a year traveling around doing street preaching on that. How could that not be the toppest leftist?
But not alone as well. Not alone. He was with, for a short time, Nathan Thompson as well.
Yeah, until they had a lover's tiff, of course.
Well, it's not just that. What happened?
Nathan
Ranty,
Thompson stole
tell us, Ranty.
Well, the accusation was that Thompson stole some bits and bobs from him. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what was going around. I don't know. It was a big fallout, though.
Yeah.
Certainly was.
So he didn't just spend the year doing street evangelism. He was with his street evangelism partner who screwed him out of $800.
And
stole
who then
his
went
phone.
on to dress up in a duck suit.
I mean, that's a pretty top left thing, to be so sure that you're right that you can't see that you're getting mocked to your face.
People were telling Nathan in the evenings after he was done getting fooled that they were fooling him. He's like, nah, couldn't buy it.
Here's Whitsitt being top left on some of his. Not only is he top left in science here, but he's telling the police that they don't know how to do their job in a very top left way,
which didn't go well for him.
And then of course he gets arrested.
Oh, hey, what's this guy's name? Look. Wow. Dude.
So you know what he did then?
Me?
He sent that video to Audit the Audit, I think.
Yeah.
He was featured on there, not because somebody else said it. He sent it, and Audit the Auditors, or whatever that channel is, did not agree with Austin.
No.
He sent his own video to get demolished by somebody else. Oh.
Okay, Ranty, who would you say at the moment is the most top left in this sea of stupid?
Now that you've explained actually what top left is,
yeah, should have started with that, right? Very top left of us.
The pool is so big. The pool is so big. I could either go for Brian's logic. He's a great candidate.
I'm just convinced he's insane, by the way.
Great candidate.
Yeah, Flatzoid.
Yeah.
Rachael. Spurs Chemo. I mean, he said that water runs uphill. That's the explanation for the Blackpool photograph. Apparently, water runs uphill on a flat.
Wow.
Wow.
So who would I say? So who would it be? It has to be Brian's logic.
Really? You can change. You can change because we lock it in on Tuesday.
Well, Brian's logic is a
someone-
good choice because his challenge to Wolfie at the moment is to get flight recorder data from a black box to prove that a plane doesn't dip its nose down, which obviously we say it doesn't because that's not how flying works. But then once that data is obtained, he wants to take Wolfie to court.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Hold on. I'm getting a call. Just a second. I'll mute myself.
Right, no worries. Always gets
Hello?
a call. Toon, you're not. Toon, you
No,
haven't.
I'm not.
You haven't. You're
I'm
not
not
muted.
going to nominate you. No, I don't care. You
For
need
God's
to put out more
sakes.
content.
Someone send him a message.
It's not a prize. This isn't a challenge. You're not.
Sorry, guys. He's obviously forgotten to mute him. So I don't know what to say.
I'm not going to nominate. I don't care what your mom says. Just you're going to have to do better.
Toon, you're not
Next
muted.
year, but you can't. You can't. Oh,
We can hear you.
I didn't. All right, I gotta go.
So
You have a hot mic. Hot mic.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to mute.
Yes, you had a hot mic.
Oops. That was my ugly identical cousin McFlatty. He wanted to He wants to get nominated. Like, McFlatty, it's not a prize. You don't.
Yeah,
Well, forget it.
but here's the thing, right?
He heard there's
The
a
very
free t-shirt for the
year
winner.
that Sleeping Warrior won Dumb Fuck of the Year, he did a video nominating himself.
Wow.
Well, hang on.
McFlatty, do a video nominating yourself. You can play it. I'll play it on Friday or Tuesday. How about that?
Hold on. I also need to check something, guys. It's not for the last year, though, is it? It's definitely not for. It could be for the whole of time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think if as this award goes for the first one, it's kind of anything, right? And as it goes forward, we're kind of make it for the last year. As this is, we're starting something new, something for the community. I think there's so much stupid that we can look into. You can kind of take anything at this point.
Well, I changed my nomination then. I'm going to go for Sleeping Warrior.
It's understandable.
That's locking it in. I mean, that is locking it in.
Yeah,
I'll even do a video about all his stupid.
Oh, there's so much to choose from. That wouldn't just be a video. That would be a movie rivaling the length of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
We want to have the voting videos. We want them not. They cannot be a 75-hour long nomination video. It's got to be a shorter one. So the idea the videos will be actual content made by the group of people that nominated that person. They can produce whatever they want for that particular video, and Craig and I will put it on our channels. So if you're gonna champion Sleeping Warrior, just make like about an 8-minute video at the most.
I can't not. There's 8 minutes. There's no way I can get all.
It's going to be hard. I know. I mean, this is the guy that once said that the harvest moon is 10 times the size of a normal moon. This is the guy that once said the reason we don't get an eclipse every month is because the shadow's out at sea.
Water.
This is the guy who once said that it's round during the day but flat at night.
Well,
I'm not even kidding,
Ranty. And then sorry, it's hard to get through this. Hold on. We'll get these videos. I'm going to do the one on Austin. Craig, you can do the one on Mitchell. Anybody else that's got? I mean, we're breaking into factions here, and we're gonna.
Well, I suppose we better
rally your troops.
We better ask STST then.
Yeah. I gotta go do
a
Riley quick while you do that. So
you do a Riley. Yeah, don't do a stream on stream.
Double stream. I mean, my nomination would be for Rachael, and that is because she's probably the person that I've seen go from right at the bottom of the left straight up to the top left, and still just be flying high right now. And I remember that debate between you and between FTFE and Rachael, and some of this, like, even someone, like, people would comment and saying, like, she's got like this Dunning-Kruger smile, like, when you were kind of explaining, like, basically this is why you're wrong. She's just sitting there like, the Joker or some baddie off a Batman film, like, just basically smiling and just thinking, you just don't know how wrong you are. And, and that took me back a little bit, really. And to know that, like, the first thing I ever heard from her was, hey, I'm an ex-flat earther like you. I've just seen your video on Simon Dan. It's amazing that other people are kind of realising that all this is nonsense. And that was the first thing she ever said to me. And then, like, 3 days later, she was like, oh, I'm a flat earther again. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. Like, and it's just obviously, Yeah.
Rachael said to me when I was trying to get her to understand Coriolis, which she eventually did, but during the conversation, she tried to debunk Coriolis because if you looked at a picture of the globe from one side compared to a picture from the globe the other side, she was convinced that east and west would switch around.
Ooh, who is this?
Rachael.
Oh.
So if you were looking at the globe, for instance, looking at it with America on the globe, it would be east and west. But if you then took a picture from the other side and looking at it, it would be east and west would be switched. and that's how she was trying to debunk Coriolis. And it took me about 2 days to convince her how dumb that was. But for that whole time, she was sending me laugh reacts and, haha, how stupid are you that you can't see this? And I'm like, oh, Rachel, please stop, because I may have to just make a video about this right now.
Like, nobody else in the world has seen it either. Do you know what I mean? It's only like her and maybe Riley, and she's going like, ha, how do you not know? Yeah. But, I mean, kind of by default, because she's basically been trained by Sleeping Warrior.
Yeah.
So, even though she's a good vote, almost really, she can't take it from Sleeping Warrior because, he's like the Sith overlord or something, and where it's just like passing.
He's not smart enough to be Sith. Come on.
I will spit that out.
Well, hang on, but what about Leo?
He's
level Earth observer.
Yeah, we're kind of missing him out, aren't we?
Does he still exist?
Where's Wally? I think destroyed him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still around. He's still in his crane. He's still trying to make that pendulum move.
He came in like a wrecking ball. That's one thing, like, a lot of people can't realise, like, they'll say, oh, fuck old pendulum, why isn't a wrecking ball, like, swinging around? And that just, again, shows that you do not understand, like, nobody ever said that it should be swinging around.
Whenever I bring up the pendulum as evidence of Earth rotating, the fact that you can correlate the drift of the pendulum to your latitude on Earth, you can... And it works every time when it's done properly. They always go, well, how can a helicopter hover above the ground? Or,
they change the topic.
Yeah, or why doesn't a crane just start swinging on its own? I'm like, well, neither of those are Foucault's pendulums, and we don't say it should start swinging on its own. That's not the point. Once it's swinging, it doesn't swing in a path straight and back. It drifts. And you can use that drift, and that's evidence of Coriolis. Yeah, but a helicopter and a drone, oh, fuck's sake, man.
And even the fact that it stops, like, people go, oh, well, if it stops, we obviously aren't rotating. But it's like, well, no, it's not such a rotation that you're going to feel it yourself. Like, it's going to have this tiny effect on this object, but it's not that bloody going so quick that it's never going to stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
just going back to Rachael for 1 second, I just wanted to show you what is my personal favourite Rachael moment, and that's this. Like, I think that the Flat Earth boys pulled a prank on her and got her to try and do this. I mean, what is she doing?
This is Sleeping Warrior that did this. He got her to do this, I think.
They just wanted to look at her doing it.
Yeah, I think it was his
what is she doing?
And then they laugh at, like, Cavendish or something, they'll laugh at the Cavendish experiment.
Yeah.
So I asked Rachael about the Cavendish experiment because it debunks relative density disequilibrium, the nonsense that she comes up for, which is, again, Sleeping Warrior. And Cavendish completely debunks it. And we've seen Blue Marble Science build his own Cavendish. We've seen BM Furball build his own Cavendish. It's replicated. I've done it when I was a physics student. Every physics student does it in the first year of their physics degree. It's done by high school people all the time. It's an extremely repeatable experiment. And Rachel's answer to it... Yeah, Rachel's answer to it was, oh, well, it's just a parlor trick.
Yeah.
Well, what about Flatsoid when he tried to scale up Blackpool Tower with the mountain behind?
Oh God, yeah, he did.
And he did it all wrong, just to it match the flat Earth.
It's just like moving things around backwards and forwards. Like, oh, I'm going to make this bigger, but put this next to it. Yeah, that's not how it works. Those things aren't actually that size.
Yeah. It's basically like changing it until it fits what he wants to see.
Yeah, it's a conclusion-based investigation.
Yeah.
You pick your conclusion and then you look for things that support it.
But, I mean, when you sorry, mate, you carry on.
No, ignoring what actually contradicts it and kind of just being super sloppy about what actually supports it. So, go ahead.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that is so true.
I think I think the tower and the mountain in the background, and they should have been a certain height, just to scale anyway. And he said, I've scaled these up, and he had two objects that he'd apparently scaled, and they were nothing like it. It was like Blackpool Tower was twice as big as it should have been compared to the mountain. And then he just put it a random distance apart, and he filmed it, and he said, look, the tower is smaller than the mountain.
Yeah.
It's so much too good.
I mean, that's when you've got a question, though. Is he lying? Because he's been caught out taking those 11 frames out. Clearly
Hashtag got a light of earth.
Well, yeah, he's lying. I tend to think I tend to think he thinks the Earth is flat, and that he is okay lying for it.
Yeah.
So how do you equate with Nathan Oakley then, if that's the case?
Oh,
Because
Nathan he doesn't think the Earth's flat.
His housekeeping questions, he must know they are trick questions. The way he's formulated those, are designed to I don't know, just spring traps on people if they come into debating. That's all it is.
Yes.
So what about him? Is he a top left nominee, or is he just a con man?
I'm pretty sure he's just a con man. But he's also top left at the same time. All you got to do is ask him to convert meters to kilometers.
Yeah, I think, say, the people that are doing it for a con, they will still believe that they're very intelligent people.
Yeah.
And that they are, so they're still going to be top left, even if they're con artists. But just kind of in a different way, like they're going to just believe that, oh yeah, I can outwit all these people. I can pretend I know the Earth's flat and, make them all give me a bit of money and, but I think other people do bring it up. I think our guy Bullet Bill, like sometimes he said also, it's so easy to label someone as, oh, they're definitely faking it. They're a con man. But really, without evidence, like, even as Globers, sometimes we just go, yeah, they're faking it. But there's not a lot of evidence really that many people have. I know there's been that time Oakley when he was kind of caught coaching Sleep and Worry a little bit, weren't he? When
that's perfect globe proof. You can't say that.
Yeah. I mean, that to me was pretty conclusive, but again, could have been misinterpreted. I don't know, but to me, that was pretty conclusive.
Now, what about there's a lot of new stupid on the scene. Thing is, Toon and I have debated Flat Earth into the ground, and all the big guys now run away and say, "Oh, you got to pay me €5,000 to debate you." Yeah, like anyone's going to pay you. So we have.
I'll pay them. I'll pay them $10,000 if they can use a sextant measurement to obtain the observer's position.
But Toon and I, because of the fact that they're all the main guys are all scared now, Toon and I have to troll the depths of social media to try and get debate opponents. And one person that we picked up was Trey Hutchinson.
Oh, good old Trey.
Yeah.
I remember. I know what you're going to say because I remember listening to this.
One of my favourite things about Trey is that he told me, with a straight face, and then laughed at me when I said he was wrong, that Google is peer-reviewed.
Oh, no, it was something else that he said.
Toon, over to you. Yes.
He was trying to prove to me that Antarctica is made of salt. And he read a paper that said that sodium, and he read it to me, sodium is the main cation.
The main cation, that was it.
Cation, which in chemistry is cation. I told him it was cation. He said
several times.
It's cation.
And then he said anion for the other side.
Yeah, he read anion.
Yeah,
just once. He said cation several times. Yeah. I got him to repeat it.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's no way he can be good.
He said he had a degree in it. He said he had a degree in it.
He said he was an engineer. Yep.
Yeah, he kept saying he was an engineer.
And having gone to engineering university, studied engineering at university, I know that you have to take a full year of chemistry, not the 100 level chemistry or 1000 level chemistry. I think it was a 200/2000 level chemistry, where you use calculus in it at times. There's not a lot of calculus in chemistry. So you have to do that to be an engineer. And you would know.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
don't cat ion.
But like Golden Knight says, this engineer started telling me that there was dark emitting diodes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's not possible. How did I miss that? Seriously?
Yes. He was showing me trying to say that I was wrong about light, and to prove me wrong about light, he started trying to say that there was dark emitting diodes. What he was actually talking about was destructive interference in pairing diodes. And he did not understand what it was in the slightest. And he was convinced that these diodes emitted darkness.
Oh my gosh.
I had someone on Facebook. I mean, Facebook is a mire for, the insanity.
Yeah.
And someone was saying, obviously perfect glow proof is like an eclipse or whatever. And then this flat earther was saying like, oh no, but there's actually a second sun, like a dark sun. That
Trey said that to me as well.
Yeah, and it's like, and then he said, and I said, well, if nobody can see it and it's not really a physical object, how is it casting a shadow? And then just like, no, well, I'm just like, no, but, something that's not there, like, if you can't see it, surely it's not going to be able to cast a shadow, dude. And they just can't get their head around it. And it's like, no, second sun, no one's just ever seen it,
Yeah, we don't ever see the second sun until it passes in front of the first one, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, what about top left for somebody that had a thriving business that was doing amazingly well, selling a ton of books, lots and lots of books, and then suddenly goes after a real prominent globe earther and decides to write a book about them, only for that same person then to do a little bit of research and find out that he'd plagiarized every single book that he ever wrote. And then the whole community gets behind reporting all of his plagiarized books. That's kind of a self-destruction, don't you think?
It is, and unless he lied about it when he told YouTube, his publisher dropped him. So yes, we just call him lovingly the plagiarist, but his name is Gregory Garrett.
Oh,
here we go. We've got a lovely picture of him here from the thumbnail that I made you tune. Here he is, Gregory Garrett, the plagiarist.
Yes.
But that's some serious self-destruction there, isn't it? I mean, just imagine if he hadn't have gone after you in the way that he did, you would never have done the research on him.
No, it has to come to my attention. Yeah, so unfortunately, it may have cost him money.
Quite clearly. And he is a flirt as well. Yeah. He is a flirt as well.
But,
even though he says that he's not.
Did you just fall over again? STST, have you been drinking?
Oh my gosh.
It's because
he's trying to prove gravity.
I'm near the edge of the dome, guys. Like, I'm literally in Antarctica at the minute. Yep. If you notice, at the moment, that's the dome. This is the
I see a dome. I see a dome.
Yeah. And with perspective, it can look flat.
I mean, get close, my head's flat.
How about the guy that came on pretending to be a flat earther and trying to create a new scam inside of flat earth by saying that he'd seen this distant land far, far away, but when he turned up on the show, he was wearing a NASA t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a flat earther. No flat earther.
You can't do that.
Was that Mr. Seppings?
That was Daniel Seppings, yeah. He asked me, after the first time he came on, he asked me to come on again. He wanted to pay me.
You should have said yes. You should have said yes, sure, right. It's $5,000.
You're right, I should have said
and then just given that fee to one of the other... No, we should... Right, we will never pay the flat earthers to debate us. That's just not happening.
No. I'll tell you what, one time, not Sizzled After, SOM, but a different guy I debated last May. In Africa, they have to pay for their bandwidth, and it's kind of expensive for them. And so he paid for bandwidth to come be on the show. And I asked him afterwards, because he had to, during the show, he had to re-up paying for more bandwidth. I asked him how much it cost him. He told me I sent him enough to cover that. So that's the one time I paid.
That's fair enough. But yeah.
And I'll do that again. If somebody has to pay a good amount of money just to come on, like, I'll cover that.
My internet's really poor at the minute. My PayPal's in the description if you want to head on over there, MC2.
Oh my goodness. Someone was saying just now in the chat, I missed it, that apparently Nathan had a paddy and rage quit his own show today or something.
What?
Wow.
What? Say it again.
Apparently
Oakley.
Yeah, apparently Oakley had a paddy on his own show and rage quit or something.
What's a paddy?
Throwing a tantrum.
A fit.
Yeah.
Tantrum, yeah, paddy is like throwing your toys out of the pram.
Yeah, none of your Americanisms
pram.
here. You're surrounded, all right?
What's a pram?
Yeah.
Look, have you seen his goatee, for crying out loud?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm looking at it right now. That the community post you did, Ranty.
Yes. Yes.
It looks like he's got like...
You gotta get up with... Craig, you gotta get it up.
It looks like he's got a yogurt pot and just like a chocolate yogurt pot and dipped his face into... I mean, I can't...
Craig, stop everything. You gotta...
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I can't believe...
There we go.
And it's no wonder he had a paddy. He's walking around like that.
Zoom in. Poor guy. Look at that.
He's got a wife that's got to look at him.
Oh my god. I've just seen it. Wow.
I love that. No.
He seriously needs some vitamin D.
We don't want this stream to get destroyed, to get delisted. We don't want to be demonetized and kicked off of YouTube.
What if I rotate it like this? What's it look like now? Ah! I'm sorry.
Cernian says looks like he dipped his face in chocolate sprinkles.
I can't. Oh my god.
I'm going, seriously. Right. See you later, guys.
Right. I can't grow facial hair. I would never try. Oakley's clearly the same. He can't grow facial hair, but for some reason he's tried.
Oh my god! All right, Oakley, right here, just right here.
I think we just raised the suicide rate of everyone watching this stream.
Hold on. All right, all right. I'll take one right now. There you go. Wow.
Listen. The guy has spent the last 2 years building a room, a padded cell. He's been building a padded cell, for crying out loud, and he's trying to claim it as being some kind of studio for soundproofing. No, it's just bouncing off the wall.
Sorry, Andrew L's comment in the chat: when you Dunning-Kruger a beard. Oh my god! Oh my! Stop it!
Oh my gosh!
Okay. Andrew L, you win the internet for today. Well done.
I need more Toonshine.
I think I need less.
Oh,
the way
Jesus.
I look at it, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, so he's clearly trying a new look for his wife, right? But the way I thought it was like people said he needed to change his show. His show was getting stale. So he
thought that would help.
That's what he thought he needed to do.
Poor lad, that took him 3 months to grow that. You know?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. I think if I look it up close, I can actually count the individual hairs. That's how
No. We don't want to see. All right. Hold on. We got a super chat from Johnny Marr for £2. Is Dell for top left? Definitely.
I mean, you're never going to beat pouring water on a football and going, look, it done his stick.
Oh, jeez.
Where's the gravity? Where is it? Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, he's got to be. He's either top left or faking it. Do you know what I mean? Again, well, like them all. But like,
but why would he fake it? Is his channel monetized?
A lot of people say that, but I don't think that's an excuse. I don't think because you don't earn money from it doesn't mean you don't gain other things. Like, I don't think you can say, "Oh, I'm telling the truth because I'm not earning money." You know, that's how you know. Like, I think that's a cop out. Like, yeah.
If he's acting, he's the best actor ever.
He really is.
He's never dropped character.
And no, he is like a parody of a person, and I could watch that in a sitcom quite happily. You know, he reminds me of you ever watch Spaced? He reminds me of that roommate that's just always dancing. You know, it's just like a complete parody of a person.
You could watch him, and like a lot of flat earthers actually is, if you were from the outside and you didn't even really know what this argument was, and you watched one of them, you'd instantly think it was a comedy. If you know what I mean, like you'd instantly just think they're not being serious; they've got to be having a joke. You know, so I think it's so difficult to discern. Like, when Dell did do that bloody, he had a tiny little fish tank, and he's saying, "Oh, there's no curvature in here."
Oh.
I mean, really? Like, is that someone making it up? Like, because surely any flat earther is going to know you're not going to find curvature in a tank. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But no, they do. They do. I've seen on YouTube, there's a guy just last week posted a video proving in his own mind, flat earth. And he took a fish tank and he put tape lines across it or something, and like he's like, there's no, and then a straight edge. It's like you can't see the curve. Like there would be 12 atoms thick of curve at the peak of that.
Oh,
I did a video I don't know, a few months ago called Dell does time travel, and it was back in 2015 when he first picked up the. He poured water on the ball, right, with a hose pipe, and then he lifted a tray up with water in. Yeah. And then in 2016, early 2016, he's saying, "I'm thinking of ways that we can advance the flat Earth movement here with, lots of different scientific ways and all this kind of stuff."
Science.
Fast forward to 2018, and he's outside again. And he's pouring water again on the ball and saying it's not sticking to the ball. And then he did the same again in 2020. He's inside his house this time, and he's got a kettle and he's pouring water on the ball. So it's like it's the same thing. Nothing's changed.
You can't stop.
Just a different year.
But those did get him quite a lot of views, though, didn't they? Those videos. So it's kind of what I mean. Like even like as a YouTuber. We were all there at one point where you've never earned a penny from it and you're doing it because you want to make YouTube videos. So even if you don't earn money, that's not going to stop people from lying about it, I think. Just the reverence and people going, "Oh, Dale," like, some people look at him as a priest. So even that alone is payment, just to feel the way he does about it. So I don't know. It's a tough one. But he'd be a good nomination, yeah. Definitely.
I'm just going to go take a ride in myself back in a sec.
What about the guy that was going to build the wall, though?
The wall.
The wall.
Who was that? Right hand?
No.
Flatty McFlatface.
Flatty McFlatface. Yeah, he wanted to build a wall that was a mile long, right? And totally straight, obviously, with real high-end metals and all this kind of thing that were linked together that had no bending in it.
Which is impossible.
Yes, which is totally impossible. And he was going to do it over a mile. and he did a GoFundMe. He initially wanted £100,000 for it, and
for a 1 mile long, perfectly straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Engineered.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, you would still have to own the land probably to do this as well. You'd probably still need to buy the land for that. And it soon became quite apparent that, 100 grand wouldn't even touch it, even if you could build it. You'd be talking 10 times, 15 times that even. And it turned out that he wasn't able to do it. So he closed the
what was his name?
GoFundMe down. Yeah, he closed it down and said, rather than give everyone the money back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it all to charity. I'm going to give it away to Make-A-Wish, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then he said, right, it's all been sent over to the Make-A-Wish. And I contacted Make-A-Wish then and asked them, and they were like,
no.
No, we haven't. Can you give us a bit more information about this? So he's in hot water, it would seem. He then claimed. Didn't
Dubé back him?
Yes, and Dell. But then he
Yes.
claimed that Make-A-Wish had returned the money to him the very next day, right, which was total lies, and that now that he had the money back in his bank, he was going to ask the community whether or not he should keep the money or give it to Dell.
No, you shouldn't.
Or give it to Dell?
Yeah, or give it to Dell.
What, to do more experiments? to buy more soccer balls?
I mean,
maybe to buy one that's inflated. I don't know.
We all know that money was just gone straight away, right?
Yeah. So ultimately, the charity didn't get what he said they were going to get, and to be fair, he's just disappeared off the scene, so nobody knows what he's done with that $9.5 grand. It's just
What was his name?
Flatty McFlatface.
Flatty McFlatface. That's the one.
Not McFlatty.
No.
Do not get him confused with McFlatty. It's not McFlatty McFlatface.
Holy Smalls says. Holy Smalls says for $2. How about Mallory for top left? I don't think Mallory can be nominated because she's the only flat earther to ever beat me in debate.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, mainly because she showed me furry foot fetish porn and I broke. But
there's a whole nother scale that probably hasn't even been invented that should be top left off, but it's not the Dunning-Kruger one. No.
Yeah.
So
STSD, what I was taken a Riley when you said who you think you might nominate. Was it Rachael?
Well, it kind of was, but then now I'm realising that it's a bit of a...
Oh, that all right. So then you'd roll it up to Sleeping Warrior, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, because it's like, say, voting for Robin when you should be voting for Batman. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So
who's this Robin you speak of?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you would be the Robin here, I guess.
Yeah. So, maybe I have to go full out, go for the supposed main man of the top left. Of course, it's the only thing is the main man of. But I might have to back Ranty up on this and say Sleeping Warrior as well.
Wow.
I mean, that's very telling that two people that were flat earthers choose Sleeping Warrior as the dumbest person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
So, was it... somebody suggested that we get a rear end of a horse trophy and send it to him. Now, the winner will get, if we can get their address, we'll get a T-shirt with the thumbnail of this video has what's going to be on the T-shirt. So we could do a trophy as well. That's a good idea.
Well, I know that Sleeping Warrior really wanted one year to win, and he did. That was the year that he actually won, but he begged people to vote for him.
What?
So
was that last year? No, it was Thompson was the most recent one, right? Nathan Thompson.
It wasn't even the year before that. It was the year before that because
it was 2018 or 2019. Yes, 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was desperate to win it because he said, if I don't win it this year, they're just going to nominate me next year. So he wanted to win it so that he could never be nominated again.
Okay.
So he could be nominated again. Very
Whoops.
nice. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Well,
2020 was Riley. Yeah, okay.
you can get as many nominations as you want now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is my official stance. Is Sleeping Warrior my nomination for top left of all of time up until now, and then
you have a couple days still.
Yeah. He is the one that's taught Rachael this apparent debunk of gravity. Well, F equals ma, force equals mass times acceleration. But according to Einstein, gravity's not a force. So the F equals 0, which means that you can't have gravity as a force because it doesn't equal anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's just doesn't work.
The guy was on a 120-foot high hill, and it was at low tide as well. It was low tide, so it was to the bottom, so it was another 30 foot on top of that. So it was 150 feet above the water, and he claimed he was 30 foot above it. And that was the Isle of Man stuff that went on and dragged on for so long. Yeah, so he deliberately lied about that as well. You know, that was...
So, Russell Flagg just said, Flatty McFlatface just posted a video with Daniel Pratt, float the line, 6 hours ago.
What?
Flatty McFlatface is still around.
Is he? Right, okay.
Oh, he's trying to push another experiment.
Which is definitely something he doesn't understand.
Yeah, so this experiment is to get a really long rope between two boats and to get those boats to go really far apart and make the rope taut. And if it goes, through, if it's like in the middle, if it's further underwater, that would show that there's a hump. I mean, there's so many problems with that experiment, like,
But not if you're a flat earther. If you're a flat earther,
and you
you do is you take the conditions that will give you the results that you want if you don't control for conflating variables. And that's exactly what will happen there. You cannot get the rope taut enough, no matter what. It will definitely... No, it'll touch the surface. I'm sorry. I take that back. It'll give them the opposite result of what they want.
Well, you can get fishing line that floats on the water, so it's buoyant. So you could have it stretched across a lake, and then if you put each end of it 1 foot beneath the water, and then you tightened it, you kept tightening it. If it was more than a foot deeper in the center, then that would be a proof of a globe, right?
It would still be very, very hard to do. I mean, you can't... It's practically impossible to make a rigid structure from something like a rope or a string. There's going to be...
But it's going to droop no matter what, even underwater. Well, no. If it's buoyant...
If it's buoyant, it's going to go the other way more. It's going to, and that's, even if you make it completely tight, there's still going to be an overall buoyant force on the wire making it go up. So you're never going to be able to do that to get the result you want, because you can't remove gravity from the equation. And, gravity is always going to affect that rope, either by making it droop down or the buoyant force being stronger and pushing it up in the middle.
Yeah, so if they do it underwater, like Randy said, they could ignore conflating variables and get the results that they have pre-selected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Pronoun for 199 says, what about Southern Israelite? Is he still around?
He made all of his stuff like private. Like he took all of his toys and left YouTube, right?
I think Red's Rhetoric broke him.
Yeah.
He broke a lot of people, didn't he?
Yeah. Reds was, the OG amazing debater. He was so good at getting his points across, with the evidence that he had personally gone and got. He did break a lot of people.
Yeah.
What about CC?
Chris from Westchester County.
Yeah, he's
like a substitute teacher, though, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of I don't know, the guy that kind of comes in and you're like, oh, but you know, we don't really respect what you do. You just run in your kitchen, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, he's a shout. He's a shout, but I don't think he can be compared to Riley, as you know. You know.
Right. What about Jake the A-hole then?
Ooh.
Jake the Jake hole.
He just wants me to take off my shirt.
Yeah. I gotta finish that song. I got a song in progress for that. And I got a special bass solo that just from him.
Jake sent me a picture of himself with no shirt on. Nathan Thompson has sent me several pictures of himself with no top on. And today, a flat earther from Facebook started sending me pictures of himself with no top on. Can someone tell them to stop, please?
But hey, be happy. You know, you've got options.
I don't want to see it. I really don't. I mean, my wife described it as peacocking. They just want to display themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
Look how much more beautiful than you I am. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send you a topless shot?
I've already got plenty of you, Ranty. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, have you? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's...
I'd say, you know, at least have the balls to go full frontal. You know, I'm only joking.
I got a picture from Nathan Thompson of his.
Yeah. Oh my God, you did, didn't you? Oh.
Fortunately, he was wearing one layer of clothing, just the bottom layer. Just oh my God.
What is wrong with these people?
So much. Pronoun says, what about Mind of God for $1.99? He hasn't said anything stupid in a while.
Yeah, he's been taking it easy.
Me and him have an agreement, all right? From the first day that we had a debate on the Non Sequitur show back in November 2018, we had an agreement after that debate that if within 5 years the mark of the beast hadn't happened, he is going to come on my channel, burn a Bible, and denounce the flat Earth. He's running out of time.
How long does he have?
Well, it's November 2018, so 19, 20, 21, 22. He's only got until November next year.
Ooh,
about a year and a half, a little more.
Yeah.
Get a countdown clock going.
Yeah, totally. Although a lot of the flat earthers are saying that the vaccine is the mark of the beast.
Yeah. I mean, what type of God allows man to create, like, you know, this vaccine program that, well, you know, the devil to create it or something? I just don't get it. I can't get my head around it.
There's so many problems with like
Flat Out Hero.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flat Out Hero is pushing the sun is fire and needs oxygen.
The lame attempt to pretend he had switched too.
Yeah. Oh, but did you see the video he posted?
Craig was convinced.
I wasn't convinced. I wanted it to be true.
Craig got in touch with me and begged me to be his mentor now that he'd come back to the globe. Right?
I wanted him to talk to you to see that we will welcome people back to the globe.
And I said he's full of shit. He's lying.
Yeah,
he's
and you were absolutely
come back
right.
To the globe.
But did anyone see the video he posted? I think it was on Friday.
Did you notice Craig just changed the topic?
Yes,
I was talking about that first. But no, he posted a video on Friday arguing with his dad about perspective. And it's absolutely fucking hilarious. He could be a good nomination for top left. I mean, there's so many good nominations right now.
But he's not in the same league as Riley.
No, I don't think anyone's in the same league as Riley. I think it's a bit unfair letting Riley enter the competition. We should just call it the Riley Award.
If we added up all the nominations of every other person and then compared them to Riley, it might be equal.
Yeah. It's like if you take all of the planets, right, they don't even fit into the sun. Riley is like the sun of stupid, with, you know, everyone else just being one of the planets.
Yeah, the sun is Riley. Definitely. Yeah.
The only man ever to do 2 streams at the same time.
Hi guys, if you guys don't mind, got a random question to Randy, but me and Ryan, we
42.
were talking about this the other night, but say when I left Flat Earth, there was still like that little bit of doubt, and there was a little bit of time when I was like, you know, I'm still willing to go back to Flat Earth if something pulls me. Did you kind of tie with that for a little while, or was it literally just like, right, this is it and I'm never going back? Or do you know what I mean? Like, what was that kind of moment like?
Well, obviously there'd been a few things that had happened when I was still a Flat Earther. We had, you know, what happened with FE Core, with them suppressing information and trying to hide the gyroscope results. That was the mechanical gyroscope, when they tried to sue the guy that built it and not release the information. It was disgusting. And there was a few different issues. There was Bob with his 15-degree drift, and then how he tried to lie his way out of that.
Thanks, Bob.
So of course when yes, and so when I had the break, and then this image popped up, and I came, you know, it kind of just everything within just a few days just all came back at once, and I just thought to myself, what an idiot I've been, because it was very quickly, it kind of like just removed that whatever was stopping me from coming back to the globe. It was just like that one thing.
And of course it was the fact that conspiracy cats had kidnapped your family, right?
Yes,
yeah,
definitely, and he's still not giving them back yet.
No, he actually messaged me earlier. He's like, "Am I supposed to feed them? Because I kind of haven't been." So there may be an issue going
That's all right.
forward.
The breatharians, anyway.
Perhaps the real Ranty is still a Flat Earther, and Katz has just like cloned Ranty and programmed him to be an
yes, so the real Ranty is actually chained up next to his family.
I'm one of the Dolly the Sheeps.
Yeah. Tim Tully for $5 says, whatever happened to Mark Sargent and D Marble? D Marble, I'm not sure. He met a girl and then went off to live in a van by the river. But Mark Sargent is now posting Flat Earth kids shows on his channel.
Oh, man.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen those adverts that Mark Sargent did on Australia?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, come on. Surely he knows that he's just going along for the you know, if anyone's earning money from it, Mark Sargent is. And, you know, I don't know. Would you do those adverts and really, you know, because he's literally
It's making him look, yeah.
There's two options here. Either he knows and he wanted the money, or two, he's so stupid he didn't realise it was mocking him.
Well, Mark got in touch with me and he asked me about this. He said that he'd been approached to do this this marketing campaign down, I think it was in Australia or something.
Yeah.
Something to do with bookies or something, I think he said, or a betting.
Yeah, betting
to do with gambling or something. And he was asking me about it. He says, what do you think the community will feel if I go ahead and do it? And I advised him, because I was, you know, still a Flat Earther, and I said, look, just go for it. You know, if you need the money and you feel like you think that, okay, this exposure can, in some ways, even if it's bad exposure, at least it's getting it out there, you know? So then if you want to do it and you want to make some money, I said, I don't see any problem with it. I says, I know that other people in the community will, but I don't have a problem with you doing it. So that was my advice to him. And clearly he's...
Thank you, Ranty. Thank you very much.
Do you know what? Ranty is to blame for
You just fucking trolled him hard, didn't you? Yeah. You just pulled off the biggest fucking troll in the history of Flat Earth. Yeah, Mark, do that advert. It'd be great.
Well, a lot of people came to me for a lot of advice. I think they saw me as the fountain of wisdom in the community. So, Mark was definitely wanting some advice on that, and that was what I said to him. So, yeah.
I just yesterday I saw somebody claiming that you never were a Flat Earther.
Flat Out Hero says that straight up. Flat Out Hero says he called you out on your videos before you switched over to the Globe.
Well, I don't even remember Flat Out Hero
existing
before probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Here's what happened. Conspiracy Cats had been doing those videos on you, calling you the Globe Prover. When I was talking to Flat Out Hero way at the very beginning, which is over 3 years ago now, I told him that you were a fake Flat Earther.
All right, okay.
And so then when he went on Oakley's show and you were on there, he accused you of being fake because of what I told him.
Did he?
Yes. And I was laughing myself. I was just riling in my pants because it was so funny.
They're so
that. So go listen to that, people. I don't know what number it was when it.
I remember it.
He came after you right away because of what I said, not because he thought that you were fake.
I'd never heard of the guy, and at that point, I think that was when I'd been a flat earther for a couple of years, and at that point, I'd probably had about 250 videos out, and probably been on Nathan Oakley's show for, I don't know, a year and a half or something, and it was like every day I was there producing more content for him, more videos, more photographic proof. Anyone that says that I wasn't a flat earther clearly has no idea about the amount of sleepless nights and effort that I put in to try and prove it, you know. So when he came on and he said that, I remember it instantly, and I was like, who the hell are you? You know, so we had this row, and it was like, I don't even know who the hell you are, mate. You know, get out.
I'll tell you what, Rennie. I'll tell you what, dude. You must have it as well, where like, you know, I get loads of flat earthers saying like, you clearly never wear a flat earth, you're a faker, and I can understand why they say that. But what cuts deep with me is when a glober says it, and they say like, oh, you know, you never thought the earth was flat. You just did it to try and get a bit of traction on YouTube, or you know, something like that. And I'm just like, no, dude, like, you know, and that to me, that's when it actually cuts deep, is like, you know, that some people in their right mind cannot believe that someone can believe the earth is flat. You know, it's absolutely ludicrous to them. So instantly they're like, you were faking it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow is literally, I mean, I watched it again today, and I had my hand in my head thinking to myself, I can't believe that I was looking at things in that way. I was literally looking at a lighthouse that was 9/10 of it hidden below water. And then behind that was Devonshire Dock Hall, which is 9/10 of Devonshire Dock Hall is below waterline, right? And I'm filming it and saying aloud, Globers are going to look at this and they're going to be saying that's earth curvature. And I know it's not. It's definitely compression. It's definitely being squished. You can see this, and I'm
because
deadly
you
serious
needed it
when
to
I'm
be.
saying it. It's like, and I'm looking back at it and thinking, how was I that stupid? You know, but you get in that mindset, and you just, nothing's going to stop you from thinking that way. It's the weirdest thing to try and explain to somebody. Yeah. And even to myself, you know, watching it, I'm putting it out there for the good of the world to basically say, look, you know, this is a redemption arc, but holy shit, look at that. I mean, and yet I still believe the earth was flat, right? And yet that is how you feel, you know.
There'll still be
snap out of it.
Yeah, there'll still be flat earthers watch your video and instantly still not take it in, try and be debunking it straight away. This is why it's wrong, and you know, that is the one trouble, isn't it? Is there's a very small amount of people that a flat earth will say, "Oh, I'm open-minded. I'm so open-minded." They're not.
Flat earthers aren't open-minded. They're the closed-minded people that there is. Yeah. Like, Craig, for instance,
I put a community post out, Craig. It's today's community post with the lighthouse. You know, please show that to the audience, because they can see. Imagine a sane, normal human being looking at that and saying, "Yes, this is proof of flat Earth. This lighthouse that's all gone. It's proving flat Earth." I mean, I literally am saying this. It's ridiculous, and I believed it. That's what's even worse. It is like, oh, goodness me.
It's like there's one. It's called like the torso or something. Have you seen? I think bring it up. Bring the community post up.
Oh, the twisting torso.
Yeah, the twisting torso.
That's another.
This is the one that Ranty was on about. He was trying to say that that on the right was just compression.
optically hidden, and I was convincing myself saying that. With the thing is about that, the waves are visible. It's not like where is the optical compression? Is it following the contour of the waves? Yeah.
It's strange how it only starts where the waves end.
Yeah.
You know, you know.
Refraction's magic, apparently.
I gotta do another Riley.
You gotta get your prostate checked.
No kidding.
Yeah, this is so this is a video that's coming out tomorrow, and as flat earthers go, I mean, this to them can be explained. It can be explained by saying some random stuff like the diffraction limit, the limited angle, the
angle of attack,
Rayleigh
the
criteria.
Rayleigh criteria that we don't know what it is.
Yeah. You just make shit up. That's what it is. You know, the number one rule of flirtism: make shit up.
Make shit up.
And that's what it is. You know, you're just making shit up. It's not that it's not hidden behind Earth curve. No, that can't be the possible. That can't be the reason.
It's not even an option.
Anything but that.
Not even an option. It's
don't you know that this is that tower that for 3/4 of the year is underwater?
Perhaps that's why they built it so high. You know, it's the high tides that it obviously gets.
Exactly. That's all it is. This is just really high tides, Ranty. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just zoom out a little bit. Just zoom out a little bit so they can see more of the
really
real lighthouse. Right. And that's a sandbank. That's a sandbank in front of the lighthouse. That's about 30 foot tall as well. And behind the sandbank, those two little white things either side of the lighthouse are actually part of chimneys of the house that goes along with it, but you can't see it because the sandbank's in the way. So all of that information, and yet you just saw the very tippy top of the lighthouse, and I was still explaining it away as a flat Earth proof, you know, and unashamedly as well, you know, trying to look for answers. And this is reality, but you know, this is squishing, smushing, compression.
I just want everyone. I want everyone watching right now to do me a favor and just get really close to the screen, as close as you can, and have a look at that one on the right, right? And just get really close to the screen. You ready? Are you close to the screen?
Gross. It's...
He's got alopecia on his beard.
I mean, I'm not even kidding, right? When I say it looks like it's been photoshopped on.
Yeah.
It genuinely doesn't look real. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's been like you know, like those spray paint little like what they do in the movies. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a fake one that has just been sprayed on.
Yeah.
Some fibers.
Look as we put as I put the saturation up. Look how yellow his teeth get.
Oh no, Dora has reported the streams for crimes against humanity.
You should redden his lips a little bit.
Well, if he wants to suck my balls, he better come looking pretty.
Oh, he wants you to do that to him. You got to keep it straight there.
Oh yeah, true.
It looks like something you should put something in there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to entice you.
Rosalie Bent for $5 Australian says JM Truth for top left. A Trump-like expert at everything while knowing nothing. Well, don't you know that JM Truth is friends with someone who was nearly a neurosurgeon?
Yes, nearly. How could you possibly think that Nathan Thompson, that's what he claimed, was almost a neurosurgeon?
And
what
how
does
do you be
almost a neurosurgeon mean?
Yeah.
Does it mean that he was weeks away from getting his final neurosurgeon qualifications? Because that's what it means to me, to everybody else.
I think.
No, it means he almost thought about going to school to be a neurosurgeon.
Yeah. But
I think someone saw him bouncing his balls on them hammers and said, "You've got the precision of a neurosurgeon."
Oh, I'm
and
nearly a
then
neurosurgeon.
Basically, he could have been a neurosurgeon, you know.
But this is coming from the guy JM Truth
something.
that says you cannot pan 9 miles.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, but what happened to the cameras? They all switched around.
I did. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
You're now.
Hey,
I want to be ranty. Let me be ranty.
You can be ranty.
Right, There we go.
What about Bev? What about Bev? I mean, he literally went back and filmed the same observation that convinced me that the Earth was a globe, and then said, "This is what it's like all the time, everyone. It's always like this."
So, with Bev, when I was debating him, right, we were talking about non-Euclidean geometry, and I wanted him to answer the question: is non-Euclidean geometry a branch of mathematics? Yes or no? And I asked him over and over and over. I said, look, don't dance around the question, right? Is non-Euclidean geometry a branch of mathematics? Yes or no? And after a good 5 to 7 second pause, he went, level.
That's brilliant.
I need to share my screen, Craig.
Yeah, I've said it so you can.
Okay.
I just want to tell everyone, though, I'm not a terrible rapper. Like, I can actually rap a little bit. I'm nearly as good as Jon Snow.
Oh, yes, I have heard you rap. All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So this is, I got to set this up. This is my conversation with Craig about Flat Out Hero.
Shut up.
Right there. Right there. That's Craig on the left.
Yeah.
About whether or not
I was
he's serious
thinking.
about being...
I was thinking it. I thought, there was possibilities. But then I spoke to him more.
Oh dear me! Do you want me to show you what Craig said to me over that?
No, we don't.
Yes.
I'm just screen share seems to be broken. I don't understand. Yeah, right. I wanted to believe him. Right. I wanted to think that he was serious. I wanted to get him help. But most importantly, I wanted other flat earthers that were watching the situation, that were on the edge, to know that we wouldn't just laugh at them and turn them away. So even though it was probably clear that Flat Out Hero was just lying, I wanted it to be true for other people that might come round.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're on the edge, dude, they're about to find out the
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Jose is in the chat. Hey, Jose,
another ex-top lifter. Yes.
I love Jose. If you have not subscribed to Jose, his channel got nuked back last. It was December when a whole bunch of Bitcoin scams went on, and he had to start over. He's almost at 1,000 subs, so go subscribe to him. He has people on his channel that won't show up on other channels. I've been trying for forever to get Gary Wybenga on to debate me. He was on Jose's today. There you go.
Yeah. Well, you do know that Gary is just an AI that I programmed, right?
Gary bot.
Basically, he's got 7 automated responses that operate on a loop. And depending on the questions that are answered, one of the 7 responses will come out. And that's just what Gary Webenenga is. And I finally managed to integrate that into a text-to-speak package, and that's how he was on Jose's today.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I see him at 993 subscribers.
Ooh.
So we can get him over that, right? Is that the... Yeah, that's it. There. People, go get him over 1,000 right now. Go do it.
Do it. Jose hates me bringing this up, but there's one thing we've still got to get him on is those bloody moon landings. We've got to get him there as well. He had enough brain to realise the Earth isn't flat, but we need to get him on that moon landing as well.
My favourite thing about Jose is the thing that made him realise that the Earth wasn't flat was the observations he did with the camera that Jerenism gave him.
I love that. That's the best.
Yeah, the Jeren. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh.
I saw a post today in a Flat Earth group on Facebook, and they were saying that it was announced. I don't know whether it was announced. I don't know whether this is true or not. So correct me if I'm wrong. But they were saying that the ISS is going to be decommissioned in 2033 or something.
2030.
And they're going to crash it. They're going to crash it into the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah.
To hide the evidence.
So there is the spot in the middle of the Atlantic that is known as the spaceship graveyard. anything that needs to be decommissioned from space that won't safely burn up in the atmosphere, they put it at this point in the ocean that is equidistant away from land. It's as far away from land as you can get it. And it's literally known as the spaceship graveyard. And that's where they would like to aim to put the ISS.
And the
that fits in, though.
The problem with that is... Yeah, go on.
With flat earthers, you know, they're going to look at that as the opposite and go, oh yeah, the furthest away as possible, so no one can go and look at the wreckage. And, you know, so they just look at it.
No, it's mainly so that it doesn't crash into, you know, a city and kill thousands of people.
Yeah.
And what they'll say then, there'll be memes going around with the ISS and it'll say, we had the technology, but we lost it.
Yeah.
I love when they post that because it's an admission. Their own citation is saying we had the stuff to go to the moon.
Yeah.
That's like you're shooting yourself in the foot there, people.
Self-burn. Those are rare.
Oh,
so true.
So, and I want to say to Jose, you're invited on Tuesday to do the official nomination. You can come on the live stream. It'll be on FTFE's channel for Top Left, or you could do a short video, or you could just do it in absentia.
Everyone's welcome.
Yes.
But for tonight, it's probably time we should start wrapping up.
It is. I want to say just a little bit of a wrap up on the Top Left. We will have the final announcement on what better day than April 1st.
Whoop, whoop.
People are invited to come on the nomination stream. Everybody's invited. There's nobody, and it doesn't just have to be flat earthers, but that's going to be majority of our community. Then we have, I'll say that the stream yesterday was, we had to postpone till today. My dog died overnight. She's 14. She'd had some health problems. The vet, we brought her into the vet a while ago. They said to do she had some lumps on her belly, some non-cancerous, most likely lumps. And they said, probably don't do it. So what happened yesterday, just before the stream started, she started having some seizures. And they just kept coming and coming and coming, and basically it was just nonstop seizures. And then not long later, she died. So thank you for Ranty, STST, and Craig for rescheduling.
Of course, mate.
I was holding her when she passed.
No words. Honestly, no words. Mate. Losing a family member is
honestly,
devastating.
I mean, I've lost a dog, and mate, honestly, it's like losing a child. Not being funny, so.
It's like losing a part of you. It really is.
Yeah.
So,
So, thank you for that, everybody.
Thank you, Randy. Sorry, go on.
One more thing then about the channel, unless you wanted to talk about the dog, Craig.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So the channel, again, sad news. Cliff, Schrodinger's cat, and we started this channel. He passed away. So I've been in communication with his wife, Nicole, about what to do. And she said this last week that she can't be involved. She doesn't want to be involved. And so it's come to me now. So I'm the owner of the channel. And she just, her request was that we remove the references to Cliff. So the avatar, the name she wanted changed to not have SC in it, things like that. So I've done that. The channel, it's not necessarily going to be the Toon Show. I just needed something quick. So if you have ideas for a different name, the idea is still to be a more serious channel. I don't want to have dumpster fires. I want to have real debates on here.
Save the dumpster fires for Tuesday night on my channel.
Yeah, leave them flat with the FTFA,
So, all right, that's what I had to do. Craig, if you hit something.
Thank you, Ranty and STST, for coming on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Having your perspective from the other side, I think, is is invaluable, really. And I'm going to put up a community post outlining a bit more about the way that you get to vote and stuff on Top Left. And then Tuesday at 10 p.m. on my channel, there's going to be the nomination stream. And then me and Toon will put up videos on our channel that you will go on to vote for who you want to be Top Left. And the winner will be announced on April 1st. And if they're willing to give us their address, they will get a special prize. For this year, I think it's only fair that pretty much anything goes. Any stupid from the whole time of this community has been going. Anything that you think is worthy of being nominated as Top Left, from whenever it is, whoever it is, whatever area stupid it is, please put in your nominations. But then, if this becomes an annual thing like we want, then I think next year it will be just what's happened in the past 12 months. But again, still just any stupid. I personally don't want any limits on how many times someone could be nominated. Are you okay with that, Toon?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Let's see how this year goes first.
Yeah, I think we'll see how this goes, and then maybe we'll try to write some more specific rules about the format of the award going forward. But for this year, just get your stupid in. Whatever has struck you as the most Top Left thing that you guys have experienced, let us know. Get a nomination video made, send us a message, come and see the show on Tuesday and put your vote in, however you want to do it, and then we can have some fun. But what's important to remember is that this is fun. All right, that's what this is. It's fun. Yeah, we're poking fun at the stupid people, but it's not malicious. We're not being horrible. I mean, it's just a bit of fun. It's the internet, and we're having a good time with it.
Yes.
And I hope that the entire community can treat it in that way.
That's the thing, innit? Like you say, it's all a little bit tongue-in-cheek. There's real people behind these nominations,
Yeah.
And I think, everyone is welcomed back, apart from, I won't name names, but there's a few that probably wouldn't be welcomed back, but a massive majority of you are.
Anyone's welcome, not you, Nathan.
Yeah.
And that Nathan counts for all of the Nathans.
Yes. Is it the colloquial? I don't know if that's the right word. Yeah.
And to back that up, I mean, look where I was a year ago.
Yeah.
I was still a flat earther a year ago.
Aye.
And it was only in April that I came back to the globe. And
Yep.
what we in
Then
now?
you got
February?
kidnapped and cloned, and here we are.
Kidnapped, cloned. 10 months later, I've got a brand new channel with 8,400 subscribers.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Boom.
And
What
all
world?
of them are globe earthers. So if that isn't welcoming me back, I don't know what is.
Yeah, totally. All right. Anything else, Toon, before we shut up for shop?
Well, one more. We got Dora and Koo for £2. Says all this talk about rapping, still waiting.
And you're probably going to have to keep waiting.
Yeah, good luck. I rapped once. Find the video. And then Pronon 1990 just popped in with a $10 one. Says my nomination for Top Left is Lemon Bird. FDFE, I want to do a dumpster fire with him. Your show if you can do it. Love you all.
I could probably arrange that. Lemon Bird is
Yes.
always up for talking super word salad.
That would be good. All right, Pronon, you got to show up on Tuesday.
Yep, put that vote in on Tuesday.
Or if you have a video or something, send it to me and I'll get it in the list.
Well, I've had a lot of fun tonight, guys. There's been a hell of a lot of you watching, so thank you for coming in and supporting the show. Obviously, we will never forget Schrodinger's cat on this channel, and everything we do will always be in his honor, even if his name's not on the channel. This channel was started because he wanted that to happen, and I hope that we will do him proud going forward in whatever form it takes. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Ranty and STST, for coming on, and
Thank you.
we will see you all on Tuesday, right? Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, that'll be good. We'll see you then, everybody.
See you later.
Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, I've broken the display. Here we go.
Nice, that looks good. All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. See you soon.
Awesome. Yeah.
Keep it global.
Let me know when we're out.
Just keep this going for a few seconds. See you on Tuesday night, guys.
It's temporary.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a better one. Good night, all. See you soon.